You can hear me. Yes, Robert.
You can hear you just fine. So that'd be false.
How about now?
Can you hear us now, Jerome?
Yeah, I can hear you guys now.
Okay, there we
Okay,
go.
got it. Thanks. Ready to go?
Yep.
Okay. I want to call to order the regular board meeting of the Benton County Board of Commissioners. It's Tuesday, May 20th at 9 a.m. in Prosser. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, could I have a motion to approve the minutes from May 13th?
I move to approve the meeting minutes May 13th, 2025.
Second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The motion passes. Review agenda. We're going to remove from public hearing come on.
This is our scheduled business, Chairman.
Yeah, scheduled business. You're right. Thank you. Remove it wasn't on there, was it?
No, it's on there.
Oh, yeah, actually now. The recommendation for award of the county newspaper, we're going to postpone that and visit that next week when we're all commissioners are in person. But we're going to add something from the prosecutor's office. They want authorization to apply for a grant. So with that, Amanda, could you play our public comment?
The purpose of the public comment period is to give the audience an opportunity to provide comments to commissioners regarding agenda items or other topics. It is an official on-the-record communication geared toward giving information and opinions to consider in the decision-making process. While the commissioners welcome hearing from you, please note that the public comment period is not an opportunity for dialogue with commissioners or for posing questions with the expectation of an immediate answer. Many questions require an opportunity for information gathering and deliberation. For this reason, the commissioners will accept comments, but will not directly respond to comments, questions, or concerns raised during the public comment period. Audience members who wish to speak should raise your hand to be called upon by the chairman, or virtual participants use the raise hand feature. Come to the podium, or virtual participants unmute your microphone when called upon. State your name and address for the record. And after speaking, write your name and address on the record sheet. Virtual participants do not complete this step. To allow every participant an opportunity to be heard, public comments will be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. The chairman will indicate when your allowed time has elapsed. In the interest of running an orderly meeting, we ask that you do not duplicate comments made by a previous speaker. Instead, please simply confirm your agreement with previous statements. When appropriate, the commissioners may refer an item identified during public comments to the county administrator for further action. Please note that if a speaker intends to give commissioners any records of any kind as a part of a presentation, the records must be handed directly to the clerk of the board for distribution.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in Prosser wishing to give public comment?
There's no one in Prosser.
Anyone in Kennewick? Anyone in Kennewick? Yes. Yes, come forward, state your name and address, and you have about 3 minutes.
Tina Gregory, and thank you for stepping up and leading the way with policies, resolutions, and budgets. I don't have a lot of open time during the week, but I'm watching the way you're impacting our community. We're being taxed out of ownership, though, and would appreciate keeping this in mind before adding any more to our plates. And being how very few end up showing up to speak, I still suggest a 5-minute per speaker unless there's more than 10 speakers. Not that I'm going to try to even use 3 minutes today. I'm also wondering if any of you have researched the planes used to block out the sun. Today is actually a very good day. There's no spraying going on, but 25 states have banned it. That's all I have today. Thank you for all the hard work you all do.
Thank you, Tina. Appreciate it. Anyone else there in Kennewick? Not seeing anyone online with a hand raised. Mr. McKay, do you see anyone online with their hand raised?
Yeah, we're not seeing anybody online.
Okay. With that, then we'll move to.
Wait.
It actually looks like there is one, Rebecca.
Oh, actually, yeah, I do see a hand raised now.
Oh, she does.
Rebecca.
Oh, she was clapping a minute ago. Okay, go ahead, Rebecca. You're muted.
And I wanted to revisit the fireworks issue because we can change it from a misdemeanor to an infraction in the county code 7.3.155 penalty. And as I understand it, if we change it to an infraction, the deputies can hand out a ticket right on the spot instead of having to prosecute them and take them through the system. And it appears to me, and I may be wrong, I have been, all you have to do is change that misdemeanor word to an infraction. I'm done.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still waiting for the staff and the prosecutor's office. Is that right, Mr. McPherson?
I know that Greg in Community Development has worked with Jeff in the PA's office on initial discussions. I can't recall where we were at with that. Okay. We'll do some follow-up on that, Commissioner.
Okay. Next, thank you, Rebecca. Next, can we have a motion for the consent agenda items A through O?
Move to approve the consent agenda items A through O.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The motion passes. Thanks. Recommendation on artist selection for donor wall installment. The Clemmy Center Valley Recovery and the coalition. Who do we have? Oh, they're in Kennewick. So can you just introduce yourselves?
I'm on the board of the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition, and I'm leading the Arts Commission or the Arts Committee in finding the artists and the design for our donor recognition wall. So I wanted to just take the opportunity to let you know that we did send out that RFP. We had 7 or 8 people respond to it, and 4 were viable from that. We created a larger community committee to choose the final, and that's what I'm going to show to you today. Real quickly, just to remind you about this project, this is an opportunity for us to honor all those generous contributors to the Recovery Center. We wanted to create something that was meaningful, but also artistic, that embodied everything that the center stands for, including that of healing and transformation. So with that, here's the final design. I don't know how well you can see this on your screens, but I want to point out that it's coming in 3 sections because in the rotunda, there are 3 sections of the wall in which we're going to put this design. I hope that you can tell that it's not flat. This is 3D. It's going to stick out from the wall. There's going to be texture to it. And as you'll see at the bottom, these hexagon shapes, that's where donors will be recognized. They'll be wood with vinyl lettering on the interior. But if we want to go to the next slide, I'll show you. You guys might recall what the rotunda looks like. Hopefully these images will jog your memory. Let's go to the next one. And these are the actual sections of the wall that will have the donor recognition art put to it. If you remember, when you walk in the front doors of the rotunda, there are these, it's round, obviously. There's round pillars, and in between the pillars are these sections of the wall. There's 2 on the left and 2 on the right. However, one of the ones on the right will be broken through and be the reception desk. So we essentially have 3 sections, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. The design concept that was presented by the artist is that of the lotus flower, and we really, really loved this concept. And they chose the lotus flower because it has powerful symbolism, and that of rebirth and renewal, resilience, and transformation, which are all things that we hope that people who come to the Recovery Center will experience. Our artists that we chose are from Spokane. They work as a pair. Their names are Stacy Boyer and Jennifer Beatty. Stacy is a mixed media artist specializing in murals and public installations. She works primarily in acrylics and aerosol paint. She's known for weaving natural elements into her design with vibrant colors, and she incorporates diverse materials. So she doesn't just paint, she uses plaster, she uses cardboard and paper to create really dynamic murals. Jennifer Beatty, who's also a lifelong artist, hails from Idaho. She's created over 60 murals for a pediatric group in 3 different cities. She's experienced in both private and public space installations throughout the PNW. And she loves that a lot of her murals bring people that are healing some inspiration. So I'm going to get into a little bit about the design and hopefully help you envision this. But it's going to have a foundation layer that's going to be professional grade fine artist paints that are matching or complementary to the colors that the architects provided to us. The background will be a polytab non-woven fabric applied with gel, so think wallpaper. And this is great because the walls are concave, they're curved, they're not flat, which kind of presented a little bit of a challenge with this. It also has dimensional elements, as I mentioned, so there'll be flat board panels cut to the flower and leaf shapes. And then some elements will be painted, and then some will be sculpted with plaster to give a 3D effect. The installation, so they'll mount it, the boards onto the wall using those tubes extenders, right? Because the wall is concave, so that to make it look to fit in there nicely, they'll be separated from the wall, standing out at variable lengths. And then to make sure that this installation lasts forever, they're going to put a very protective coating on it, a varnish that will protect it throughout the years. They're also going to backlight, and this is really important. This will draw people's eyes. I'm telling you, when people walk into the rotunda, the donor wall will not be something that they can ignore. They will want to go over and see it and feel it and read those donor names. And the illumination of some of the elements will really draw their eye there. And then the donor plaques, they'll be all throughout the design. They'll be shaped in that hexagon shape, which actually kind of gives you a beehive feeling, and a beehive is a community. And we're a community supporting this recovery center. They'll be different sizes based on the level of donation. So as you can imagine, a larger donation will have a larger hexagon shape, and then smaller ones will be a little bit smaller. So this image is just, hopefully you can see how they'll illuminate it. So if you look in the upper left, you'll see some backlighting on this flower, and on the right, you'll see a little bit. And if you look at this design, where you see the dark marker is where the illumination is going to be. And you'll see there's 3 sections, and it looks like there's 6.5 panels to it. The benefits that we really liked about this design, obviously, are the symbolism of it, which I already talked about. We think it's visually impactful. Like I said, there's no way you could ignore this when you walk into that rotunda. They did overcome some of the challenges with the concave walls, and they took into consideration the longevity by choosing quality materials and a very protective finish. One thing we would like to do, probably on one of those big round pillars, is to stencil the meaning behind this donor recognition wall. And while we've written this up, this isn't necessarily the words. I believe you have this packet, so you guys can all read this on your own, but we'll create something, a message, so that when people come in, they can read it and understand why the lotus flower, what it means. And then we'll be able to recognize the artists. The review committee, I just thought you'd like to know, your very own Katie DeValle was part of it. Lynn Hansen, who's a Kennewick resident and artist, or teaching art. Warren Hughes, who's with the Kennewick Arts Commission. Kathy Kelly and Nancy Roach, who are both on the board of the commission, or the coalition. Sam Sanders with Allied Arts, and Jesse Southern with the Kennewick Arts Commission. So this was the group that chose these artists in this design. That's all. Any questions?
Any questions, Commissioner McKay?
No, I'm all for it. I think it's a good idea, and I'm glad that we're rocking and rolling on that and getting it going. Do we know what's the schedule on when it's going to be open? Like when we're going to be operating? Is it still like 8 months out or so? I'm
No,
not
it's
sure.
mid-February. I've
Okay.
heard mid-February to early March. But
Okay,
We're looking at Robert.
gotcha. Okay. No, if that's all right, you want to make a motion?
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. I like the layout and the colors and then how the donors will be placed on there. So yeah, I look forward to that being completed. So do we need a motion to accept this or?
Yeah, I have the motion.
Oh,
right here.
okay, go ahead,
I move-
Commissioner McKay.
I move to approve the Recovery Center artist selection for the donor wall installment.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those nay. The ayes have it. The motion passes. Thank all the committee members on this for the final design. I really appreciate the hard work, as I'm sure my other commissioners do too. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great compliment that will, when people walk into that rotunda, that it'll catch their eye. So thank you all very much for your work. I really appreciate it.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, commissioners.
Okay, next, authorize the Benton County Sheriff to sign the memorandum with the Seattle Police Department for overtime training, travel software for the ICAC investigation. Is Commander Cantu there?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So you have before you a request from the sheriff's office to sign and accept funding, sign an MOU and accept funding from the Seattle Police Department, who oversees the Washington State's ICAC, or Crimes Against Children Task Force, to assist in investigations, overtime equipment, and supplies for the detectives assigned to these cases. As you know, we've been a member, I guess, or a partner of Internet Crimes Against Children since its inception. And those investigations are in-depth investigations that take up a lot of time, resources, and equipment, specialized equipment, I should say, that required for these types of investigations. So the request before the board is for you to authorize the Sheriff's Office to sign this MOU and accept the funding, which is $10,000 to assist in to funding these things that I mentioned for our detectives assigned to this task force.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner McKay, any questions?
So, like, I'm fine with the MOU and the $10,000. Is it? But also, it says the fiscal impact expenditures and revenues will come from the Sheriff's Office Investigation Fund. So we still, I'm assuming it's going to be more than $10,000 to where we still have this in the budget to make this work, correct? Because I'm all for it.
So,
Make sure it's
what we have, Commissioner, is we have a detective assigned full time the internet crimes against children. Obviously, you know, he is a full-time detective. We have 2 part-time detectives that are within the sheriff's office that conduct peer-to-peer investigations. These are very in-depth investigations that require a lot of time. So the funding that is being that the Seattle Police Department offers to reimburse some of these costs, such as overtime, equipment, et cetera, would be just that. It's not going to be. It doesn't take any more than what we already paying the detectives, because obviously they're employees of the sheriff's office. But the funding that they offer is to kind of offset some of those costs for overtime, equipment, training, which is a great deal of it, and supplies. So it will not cost any more than what we already have invested in our staff.
Good. Yeah, Grant, I'm all for it, and I just want to make sure we're good with that on the budget side. So awesome.
Okay.
We
Any other
have
questions?
a motion, Commissioner McKay?
Yeah. Yep. I move to authorize the Benton County Sheriff to sign the MOU and accept the funding in the amount of $10,000 to reimburse appropriate expense as listed in the attached MOU.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those nay, the ayes have it, the motion passes. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, the PA's office, prosecutor's office, they're there. Okay, go ahead.
Good morning. Today, I'm presenting the Victims Witness Assistance Grant for the Commissioner's approval. This grant partially funds the county's Victims Witness Coordinator position. The position helps support victims in our community. It ensures victims of crimes know their rights, provide timely information to these victims, and also assists the crime victims' compensation claims. With that, up for any questions?
Yeah, I mean, is this something new that the legislature just passed this last budget, trying to make up for their past cuts? Or is this something?
I don't believe so. I believe this is an ongoing grant.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any questions. You want me to make the motion?
Sure.
I move to approve the resolution to submit an application for the Victim Witness Assistant Grant SFY-26 in the amount of $80,787 or dollars, and authorize the Benton County Prosecuting Attorney to sign the application for grant funding.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. Ayes have it, the motion passes.
Thank you.
My wife just reminded me we don't have a meeting next Tuesday because of Memorial Day. That's correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, so we'll move that out 2 weeks for the award, the newspaper contract. Commissioner Kay, anything to add or any other business?
Nope, I don't have anything else.
Mr. McPherson?
Nothing from staff.
Okay, I don't know I can't see who's in the hearing room, but is Mr. Spencer there, I'm sure?
He's taking a nap right now.
Okay, then we'll move on. I don't know if Josie's in the room or not.
She is.
She's
Okay.
taking a nap too, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I put everyone to sleep. Okay,
Yep.
with that, nothing further from the board. I'll adjourn the meeting at 10:23 my time, 9:23, and you all have a good day and week. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ro.
Yep.